Excellent. And so Northern Ireland have the first centre pass. Our umpires for today are Rachel Radford, Bee-Ling Yu, and the reserve umpire is Ian Fuller.
Oh, nice vision really early on from Lisa McCaffrey. Ball straight into Lisa Bowman. So a fantastic start for Northern Ireland. Opting to go back for the Republic of Ireland. Good use of the ball there by Niamh Reynolds, just to move it around, draw the obstruction. Well read there at the back. And we talked about this yesterday as well in terms of Republic of Ireland. They have to move onto the ball. They can't stand and wait for it to arrive with them. They did that a lot at the start of the first game against England in the first quarter. And Republic of Ireland, again, will punish them if they're stood still. They're going to have to move onto it.
So lots of pressure on the Republic of Ireland just at the minute, but still possession with them. And you can see Michelle McGee just trying to confuse that space.
I think this might be another coach killer, incorrect throw in, and they're the errors again that we've got to make sure that the squads do kind of cut out of their game a little bit. Lovely Caroline O'Hanlon. Such a lovely player to watch.
Nice patience there by Northern Ireland, just waiting for the right option to open up.
Republic of Ireland seem to be trying to keep them off the circle edge at the minute. It's a difficult position to be in as a defender, 2-on-1. Great shot there by Lisa Bowman. Breaking call there, another coach killer. Dan Ryan won't be happy with that one. They're the errors again. We've just got to cut those errors out. I say we, obviously the players.
Toner just getting a wee hand on that one. So backline ball for Ireland.
Republic of Ireland opt in on both their backlines so far to try to keep the ball the side that it is, whereas they've actually got space the other side to open it up a bit.
It's a nice pop in there by Frances Duffy, and Jan Hines puts it away. Oh, great hands by Fionnuala Toner, chases it down.
She's starting where she finished off yesterday. Lots of turnovers. Oh, just going offside there. Gives Northern Ireland the ball back. Well read at the back from Katie Knox. Just need to calm down a little bit, don't we, to start off with?
Yeah.
Both teams a little bit flustered at the minute. Probably just the pressure. Both of them obviously coming off a loss yesterday. Both want to make a mark early on in this game. We've seen so far in this competition that the first quarter has been important. Lovely through-court transition and really nice play by Lisa Bowman to use the swing there to open up Shauna Craig. Both shooters found in the same spot, but they play out of it well.
And you can see Knox is just drifting off, but lovely quick hands there, finding Lisa Bowman under the post.
Yeah, they're moving the ball around a lot at the moment down there, and you know, at the moment it seems like forced moving the ball because they don't have options to pass it in, as opposed to actually making the ball do the work. So ideally they'd set up something and then be able to just move the ball to make that open, rather than at the moment they're swinging it and then playing everybody on ball side. So just need to be a little bit more clever on the use of the ball. But that comes from, again, just settling a little bit, I think, rather than that frantic movement. Good strong offer, link through court by McCaffrey.
Kieran Murphy has just gone down. I think she's just rolled her ankle there.
And that'll be an early blow for the Republic of Ireland. We saw yesterday Erin Peters go down with her ankle, and I can't see her on the bench. No, she's not in kit today. She's sat further back. The last thing they need is more injuries, especially for players that play in the same position.
Trish Fanning has just come on there for Kieran Murphy. Lovely movement there by Shauna Craig, really committing Genevieve Slater one way and popping up to the top of the circle.
There's a nice lead early on for Northern Ireland now. Nice depth on the first phase by the wing defence. Miscommunication there between Craig and Bowman. It's just a force
and
ball.
A tussle.
Yeah, force ball into Jan Hayes. She didn't need to send that ball. If you've got the ball as a goal attack and the goal shooter is doubled, then play yourself a bit closer to the post. Good arms on the through court there by Frances Duffy. Just out of court. Shauna Craig just couldn't keep that one in. Lots of change of possession early on here.
Niamh Cooper sends that ball into the umpire's bench.
She tracks really well, Niamh Cooper. She's got a good closing speed as well on those interceptions. So Trish Fanning's going to have to do a lot of work to lose her before going for the ball. She won't get away with one straight run. Lovely feed over to Frances Duffy. Oh, who just can't quite balance and send that ball over the top. Good space by Tona, sees Craig. That too well read. Sorry, rubbish English there by Holly Jenkinson.
Don't forget, if you are watching the game at home, you can get in touch with us using the hashtag NEEurope19. We would love to hear your comments and thoughts on this game as it unfolds today.
Oh, lovely drive. That timing was lovely there by Shauna Craig, and great vision by Caroline O'Hanlon to just play that on the run.
Just to confirm that hashtag for you, getting in touch with us is hashtag NEOpen.
Footwork call means the Republic of Ireland will get another chance to take this through. Katie Knox backing up play beautifully. Oh, Tona.
Doing what she does best. And again, it's that pressure out in front. It's Niamh Cooper, it's Caroline O'Hanlon, it's the whole team committing to that defence, creating that high ball pass that Fee is then able to get on the end of.
Good fake there by Craig to open up Bowman, and then popped it over the top. And again, Niamh Cooper running on that interception. Time being held just while we find the ball. Oh, unlucky. Reynolds couldn't quite get her hands to that one.
Lovely ball there by Michelle McGee to find Shauna Craig.
And what's really nice is that Shauna Craig and Lisa McCaffrey are working with each other, so when one links, the other one stays in the goal third. And that's really important because otherwise you end up with all your players behind the ball, so that's really clever play and working together. And like here, Shauna Craig on first phase, which means Lisa McCaffrey has gone hard on second phase to get depth. Nice quick hand so far. Nice switch there between Genevieve and Katie.
And well held, Lisa Bowman pulling that in.
Just no options on second phase at the moment. And again, nearly another beautiful setup for Fitona, and that's what you were talking about, that pressure outside, forcing the vision on the long ball. But sometimes if a player is free in the pocket on their own, there's a reason. And again, Fitona scoops the ball in.
And the thing about it is the Northern Ireland other players are aware of that there whenever Feet does keep that ball in and then they're attacking onto it.
Oh, good pressure there by Katie Knox at the back. And a good connection between Craig and Bowman. There's a couple of shooter balls and they work really nicely, don't they? Beautiful circle play. If you're a shooter, just track Lisa Bowman and Shauna Craig in that circle. They're creating so much space. When one goes on the base, one goes to the top. Just not falling in the way of Republic of Ireland at the minute. Oh, great defence, Katie Knox. Comes off Lisa Bowman's fingers, means they'll get another chance to bring this ball through. Yeah, well done, Frances Duffy. She could have got drawn to that pass, but players were covering it. See what they can do with a 2-on-1 in the circle.
Nice option. Brings the score to 11-3, 2.5 minutes to go.
It's a good centre pass defence, but this is where Northern Ireland have exposed that 3-over. If you have a 3-over and all the defence jump, it does create a lot of backspace if you can send it to your defenders coming up. And both Niamh Cooper and Fitona get a lot of depth on that, so they can then just send the ball to a free player down the back. I'd like to see Katie Knox at the back looking for that and going on that fly. Just need to create some width. Republic of Ireland at the moment, they're playing, that's better. Nice vision, Genevieve Slater. Good front cut by Niamh Cooper. Holly Jenkinson, however, scoops that up at the back. Over a third chord, so netball, you can't pass the ball from 1/3 and miss out a third. Nice quick hands.
Good sharp drives there, Lisa McCaffrey finding that circle edge. Katie Knox, you can see that she knows where that ball's going, just not able to get there in time.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see whether Lisa Bowman can adapt to her defending as well, because sometimes her angles at the moment aren't as good as they could be. And as soon as Katie Knox starts to really get her hands to that, she's going to have to correct those angles. But I'm sure the bench will talk to her about that at quarter time. Nice confident shot there from Jan Hines, which is what Republic of Ireland need at the minute.
Yes, Shauna Craig, lovely drive, opening Lisa Bowman under the circle there, and lovely feed through by Lisa McCaffrey.
Yeah, just dragged her back foot on that landing.
Quick transition here for Northern Ireland.
Oh, cheeky. Oh, no goal. Time has run out, so that one didn't count.
So at the end of the first quarter, we have 4 for the Republic of Ireland, 13 for Northern Ireland. So Natalie, first quarter, was it as you expected?
I did expect Northern Ireland to take the lead. I'm not sure I expected it to be quite so significant. But to be honest with you, I think, you know, it's an early knock as well for Republic of Ireland losing the initial wing attack. And my concern for them is, as I said, they've lost Erin Peters. That's 2 of them mid-court that they've now lost to injury. Hopefully she's okay and she'll come back on, but we will wait and see. I think their shooting circle for the moment for me isn't working. I was interested by the start. I think if it was me, I'd potentially look at, like I say, bringing Anne-Marie on, who I thought did a really good job yesterday. Whether I'd change her for Jan Hines or Frances Duffy, I'm not too sure, but the accuracy isn't there yet either. It's not, when they are getting the opportunities, it's not always being, you know, going through the net. For Northern Ireland, I think it's a strong start, but there's still a lot of errors in their game that they need to cut out. If they cut those errors out, then actually they would be more ahead. It's nice circle play at the moment between Bowman and Craig. I think that's working beautifully. Just need to tweak sometimes their court on one side sometimes in the attacking end. But I love their through court as well. Neve Cooper and Fee Toner on their through court is just really strong on their drives.
And doing a good job of getting ball side as well, so it is a straight line ball rather than looking for that overhead riskier pass.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, Republic of Ireland, as we said before, their centre pass defence, their 3 over, is actually a really strong 3 over. But now to expose that, because Northern Ireland are clever, you know, they're just then playing their attacking players just into the backspace where there's lots, because you've committed all your defensive players over the line. Well, that's fine, send them there, but then you need to get your goalkeeper to fly on it. And there's been a couple of occasions, so Knox needs to go out, a couple of occasions where they've really stuck a wing attack in the pocket. They've got Lisa McCaffrey down here in this pocket, but they've then not got the goalkeeper or the goal defence going on that fly. So yeah, absolutely isolate them in the pocket, make it look open, but then make sure your goalkeeper or your goal defence runs on that rather than just getting drawn in. And in fairness, that's credit to Craig and Bowman, because they are keeping them busy. It's the same as we said in the last game. If your defence are really focused on your shooter and your goal attack because they're doing such a good job, it's hard then to see that vision to go out and hunt ball.
Yeah. So what would you be saying, what would Joan Young be saying to the Republic of Ireland bench right now?
Yeah, I think she'll just be saying, look, you know, they've got the structure, they've got some really good stuff going on, but just take a breath, because again, at the back, we can turn more ball, we can hunt. That's what this team do really well. And in attack, I think she'll just be encouraging them to create a bit more space. So just be aware of where your other players are. Funnily enough, we've said about potentially there being a change. And I think from what we can see, that Anne-Marie Jenkinson is coming on at goal attack. And like I say, yesterday, I was so impressed by her entry to the game, because she's a games player. And, you know, games players see the space, they create space, and she does that really well. So I think that's a clever change.
And we have a change for the Northern Ireland lineup as well, with Shauna Craig actually going to the bench now and Emma McGee coming on in goal attack.
I think Shauna Craig was doing a lot of work in that attack, a lot of work outside of the circle. So maybe that's why. To be honest, we don't have the shooting stats either. Maybe she's not putting up any shots, and maybe that's what Dan Ryan wants, is for the goal attack to put some more shots. Not 100% sure. But, I mean, we've seen Michelle McGee play. She's outstanding, right? So
absolutely, yeah. And then we're just delighted that Ciara Murphy is coming back on at wing attack, and also Anne-Marie Jenkinson coming on at goal attack for Republic.
That is good news for them that Ciara Murphy is fit, because losing 2 players with still a game to go, and both of them being in the same area of the court would be tough.
Yeah, super strong drive there by Lisa McCaffrey, catching that ball full extension, finding Emma McGee.
Good rebound there by Lisa Bowman. She's really strong under the post. Oh, well read, Fitona, unlucky there. Sorry, correction, McGee, it wasn't Fitona at all. Good screen there by Jan Hines. Jumps around the top but drops in.
Yep.
There's that strong 3 over. And the difference there was their defence coming through didn't get as much depth on that first phase, and so therefore it set that defence up nicely in that zone.
Another pick up there by Michelle McGee, and a fast transition through the court again.
Nice ball, lovely weight on that ball to pop it over. Just no forward option.
You can see Niamh Cooper is doing such a good job of just wearing the player down, not giving them that option to get out.
Yeah, she's relentless in her defence. Nice shot down. But better, so, you know, better start here from Republic of Ireland. Already scored 2 goals, and that's half of what they, you know, in 2.5 minutes, and that's half of what they scored in the whole of the last quarter. So.
Nice hold from Lisa Bowman up the top of the circle. Emma McGee just being able to place that ball towards the post.
Got a zone defence here from Northern Ireland. Not sure if that was an obstruction or a contact call, but Jan Hines struggling to get the ball to drop. Nice strong drive. It's so nice when you've got defenders that are strong on bringing the ball through, because it means that your attackers can sit back and look at where to move into the space. She got that just in time before she hit the floor. Time held just while the ball rolls off. Umpires making sure we play all 60 minutes, which is fabulous because we don't want to miss anything. Lovely play. Good defence there by the Republic of Ireland, just moving on and off. Oh, Caroline O'Hanlon nearly got hands to that, didn't she? Timing slightly off at the moment for Trish Fanning, which means she's there slightly too early, which is why she's not getting the ball. She just needs to hold back a little bit or do a bit more prelim work. Just slightly misjudged time, but to be fair, Caroline O'Hanlon generally gets straight back up again. She's one tough cookie, isn't she?
Yes.
Oh,
Katie Knox times that perfectly.
they make it look so easy, defenders, when they do that, but it's actually a really hard skill.
Both Northern Ireland defenders read that one perfectly.
Yeah, and it's sending that 2-on-1, isn't it? I think sometimes as well you've got to remember that as well as sending it under all that pressure, you're then asking your goal shooters to shoot after they've got the ball under all that pressure. Nice and calm and collected down the other end by Lisa Bowman. Nice depth again. Lovely run of the front by McGee, but great defence, just stay in ball side. Good link there, much better timing by Trish Fanning.
Sorry, that's Ciara Murphy back on in wing attack there.
Sorry.
And good full court pressure there by Ireland, just slowing that transition down.
Lovely shot. So it's been a while now since we've had a goal by the Republic of Ireland, so good decision to come off at that point, but that's the pressure, isn't it? And the forced ball again. They don't need to force those because they've got two quality players out front that can keep it moving.
Good option there, Lisa McCaffrey. Nice drive, Emma McGee.
And I think Dan Ryan, the coach of Northern Ireland, will be wanting Northern Ireland now to put their foot down. Oh yes, Katie Knox, well read.
Emma McGee just not able to pull that one in. And another chance for Ireland here.
Lovely, nice middle there. Ciara Murphy's timing is much better on her three court now. She's driving straight at the ball, which makes it really hard for Niamh Cooper to intercept them. Just need to work on this final ball in now.
Anne-Marie Jenkins just finding the space there, forcing Northern Ireland defence to make it, to really commit to one or the other. And Ireland just forcing that ball in on that 2-on-1 situation. It makes it really difficult for Jan Hines to be able to get on the end of it.
I know, it's frustrating as an observer. You kind of want Jan to pull away from the post. The thing is, she's underneath the post where you want the ball, right? If she's constantly being doubled 2-on-1, ideally she'll pull slightly away from the post, pull those defenders with her, which will then allow Anne-Marie to send it to a player on the edge and then run herself into post. But it's just that recognition on court. I do wonder whether we'll see the introduction of Mel George.
Yeah, she came on and was very effective yesterday against England. It took them a while to adjust to that different style of movement.
Great defence in the circle there by Genevieve Slater and Katie Knox, working really hard. And they come out with that call. Just need to get a bit of depth, yeah.
Those 1-2 balls, at times, you know, somebody like Caroline O'Hanlon is going to read that where that next ball's going.
Yeah, there was only two of them working for the ball there, and everyone else sat back, which was quite nice for Caroline to sit and watch, and then just go and pick it off. Just need some space between Ciara Murphy and Niamh Reynolds. So they're both playing really close together there. Even if they don't become an option because they pull out into more space, then it just allows that reset, and then the other player can clear and one can come through. Just need to, again, let the ball do the work and use the whole of the court. One of your principles of attack is creating space. Principle of defence is closing down space. So if you're attacking and you don't have any space, you're not in a good position. Great defence,
Knox.
Katie. And everybody watch that ball, apart from Niamh Reynolds. And again, look how close they are. Contact called against Anne-Marie Jenkinson there. And that's the difference. Look at the width that Caroline O'Hanlon then had for Northern Ireland.
And again, it's forcing the defenders to cover more ground, and over time that's going to tire them out as well.
So a really good way of thinking about it is having like a line down the middle of the court, and whoever you're kind of working with, if one of you goes into one side, the other one has to go to the other side to keep balance.
Good hands for Nuala Toner, and just unlucky not to keep that in.
Yeah, good pop out there by Jan, but well read by Niamh Cooper. See, we had Niamh Reynolds on the other side of the circle, then they could have swung that to open up the circle, and then that ball could have gone flat into Jan Hines rather than trying to force it over defenders. Oh, beautiful shot. Look at the height on that shot.
Emma McGee off the back of the experience of the World Cup as well, and
I think she was one of the highest goal scorers in the Northern Ireland team, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was.
Nice repositioning there. Nice middle by Anne-Marie. Oh, well held.
Good closing down there.
That's unfortunate. The space was there. It was just a little bit too far ahead. But better structure on seeing that space. Nice width. Oh, lovely ball. Oh, and the layup. I'm a fan of the layup.
Yeah, nice one, Lisa B. Northern Ireland resetting the ball back to the line if they're not happy with that option into the circle.
Well, that's really important, and they use it with effect as well, so when they reset, whoever's generally sent the ball to the reset clears out and the other attacker comes through. So it's not a case of them sending it, getting it back and being in exactly the same position. They're just shifting so that the defence have to move. It's changing up what's in front of them. Really clever play. Oh, good defence there though by Republic of Ireland. Fantastic, making sure all their players were ball side, giving them no options, forcing a held. Let's see if they can take this through before the half time.
Good cover by Michelle McGee. She recognised that the ball was going to have to go out.
I'd like to see them shoot from there. I mean, mid-range of the circle. I think when you're struggling to get it into the circle, you're probably going to have to take some of those shots.
So we're into the final minutes of this first half. Northern Ireland pulling ahead 26-6.
Ten seconds left. Oh, ball. And
that concludes the first half of this game with the Republic of Ireland on 6, Northern Ireland on 26. So Northern Ireland pretty consistent, 13 goals in that quarter as well, 2 to Ireland. And it's just those errors that Ireland just keep making. They're just struggling to get that ball into the circle.
Yeah, and those 2 goals as well were scored in the first 2.5 minutes of the quarter. So they'll be really disappointed with that. They've gone around about 12.5 minutes without scoring a goal, which in fairness isn't good enough, especially, they're quality players, they're a quality side, and I would have expected them in those 12.5 minutes, as harsh as it sounds, to do better than that. Yeah. They're going to have a really serious chat now at half-time to rectify that, because they can do better. They've got the capacity to do better.
And on the other end of the court, you have Katie Knox, who is turning over some ball as well. And, defensively, they are doing a good job on that centre pass at times, but they're just not able to convert those turnovers.
Yeah, absolutely. They have had the possession. You're 100% right. They just haven't managed to take it through. And it comes down to the last ball going in, creating space in that circle and down in that end. And these are things that they can solve now, they can tweak now, because it's not their technical skills, their basic technical skills. It's like tactical and just being aware of each other. And it could just be, they've come off a hard game yesterday, maybe a little bit of nerves coming into this game, because it's, one that they would probably think on paper they should contest more than the England game. But I have no doubts that they will improve and they will get that input now and that they will come back. I'll be interested to see what they do in their shooting end, because for me that shooting lineup isn't working, and I think that's what needs to change.
And then from the other end, for Northern Ireland's perspective, some of it has been beautiful play, lovely transition and sharp, swift transition through the court, but still a few errors, just with some final connections.
Yeah, absolutely, and Dan Ryan will want more. They're not going to sit back and go, okay, that's fine, we scored 13, we're up, this is great. They're going to want to push, because let's remember, like tomorrow, they are taking on England. And considering they'll have watched the game today, they'll have watched Wales versus England, they'll have seen that came out of a draw, and Northern Ireland will fancy themselves in that match tomorrow against England. But what they're going to have to make sure that they do now is that they absolutely nail out any errors that they are producing on court, so that they can really go into that game finishing off with an absolute superb performance. I mean, like you say, there is some really good stuff. There's still a bit of things that are occasionally a bit icky. That's my technical term. But they'll get that input now. I think their shooting circle, McGee has made an excellent entry. I don't think it's a massive difference between her and Shauna Craig. I don't think it's changed it up too much, but she still hasn't been detrimental coming on. She's done an equally good job. It'd be interesting to see whether they keep that or whether they also play out, because you then come on to your what ifs, don't you? If you're in a game where you're winning with a reasonable amount, do you then push for goal difference, or do you then start to work out what ifs? What if this happens on court? What if this happens on court? What if they come against someone and Lisa Bowman, her style isn't as effective? Do they then play someone in now to try that out? I don't know, we'll see.
So 8 minutes at quarter time for the teams just to regroup, a bit more time for Dan Ryan and Joan Young to make those sort of changes, or really impress on their teams what exactly it is they want to see in this second half.
Yeah, and 8 minutes sounds like a long time, but actually it's not that long.
So we are delighted now to be joined in the commentary box by my boss, Karen Rollo, who is just going to come and sit beside us. So we will just give Karen a wee second. And Karen, so this sort of event just doesn't happen overnight. What sort of work goes into running an event like this here?
Well, apart from our staff resources, we have a great bunch of volunteers who are able to come and help us, I suppose, get everything going. All our bench officials are volunteers, our ticket desk are volunteers. This event has been being planned now probably for the last 6 months. So with our supporters with Antrim Union and Aberbury Council, we've been able to put a funding application into them to get them to give us some support with the costs. Obviously booking a venue like this for 4 days, and we start off set up really on the Wednesday evening. to kick off on the Friday. So the staff here are fabulous, putting the floor down for us and getting the seating out, and also even just the cafe staff as well, keeping us well fed while we're doing all the running around. So yeah, definitely from a full staff team, support of Netball Europe obviously as well. Our competition manager Maggie Jackson is such a wealth of information. Every question we ask she answers, which is great, and Megan's here as well for the first time, so it's lovely to meet her too.
Excellent, and we can see that there is a wide range of supporters here. We've had a lot of noise in that earlier game from both the England fans who travelled and the Welsh supporters, but there's also a lot of Northern Ireland supporters here today as well, which is fantastic.
It's absolutely amazing, and I think the travelling supporters from England and Wales have bought their weekend passes, and they were so loud earlier. It was brilliant, so much passion and so much knowledge in the stands as well. You know, they know exactly what the umpires are blowing the whistle for, and I think today, you know, our match now, this venue's nearly full, looking around, and a real range of school children right through to adults as well, so it's lovely. Our Northern Ireland clubs do get out to support our Warriors once we're on court.
And we saw Gary Burgess on court earlier on. What has he been doing while he's here?
So Gary has been great. So between Gary Burgess and Cheryl Danson, we've been running some umpire CBD workshops. So Gary has been working with umpires from C right through to A level around visioning and positioning and where they should be on the court at what time. There's obviously a lot of talk in netball around contact and contest, so he's been doing some work around that. And himself and Cheryl are also working on our A award umpires. We've 4 A award umpires who we'd like to progress to become ITID umpires within the international pathway. So they've been doing some behind the scenes work with those umpires now who are actually analysing these games at the minute. You'll probably see them courtside as well, so it's really good work. We're definitely trying to push forward with our umpires.
Excellent. Well, here, Karen, you are a woman wearing many hats this weekend, so we'll let you get back to what exactly is it that you're doing right now?
I'm the one doing all the announcing. So apologies for the squeaky voice all the time.
We will let you get back over to call the players back on court for the start of the second half. See you later. So lovely to hear from Karen Rollo, the executive from Northern Ireland, Netball Northern Ireland, and both teams just warming up again to come back on court for the second half. We can see that there are a few changes on both teams, and we'll bring them to you as soon as we have confirmation of them.
Just some interesting information. Just been talking to a few people, and the statistics for Northern Ireland do say exactly as we've been saying, you know, that they're getting the ball to goal, they're scoring the goals, but actually they've turned over a lot more than they converted. So there are a lot of errors happening down towards their attacking end. So I'm sure they will be focused on cutting this out. And interestingly, we see Michelle Drain coming on at wing attack, which doesn't surprise me. She's a fantastic player, well-experienced player, and maybe just to add a little bit of oomph into that attacking side. And the changes again for Lisa Bowman going off, Shauna Craig coming on.
Yeah, so Shauna Craig coming into goal shoot with Emma McGee. Michelle Drain coming on at wing attack. Faye Toner moves across to wing defence with Michelle McGee moving out to goal defence, and we see the introduction of Rebecca McCulloch as goalkeeper for her first senior international cap for Northern Ireland.
That's absolutely fantastic. When we saw her coming on, she's played at junior level, Rebecca McCulloch, and she was fantastic there, so exciting to see her play now.
And Rebecca McCulloch and Michelle McGee, that defensive pairing in the circle there, will be featuring next weekend at the under-21 Europeans as well.
That's certainly exciting for Northern Ireland to have those two, and to get them on court now is fantastic for that competition for them as well. Oh, beautiful defence. Seeing the introduction as well of Michelle George, or Mel George, sorry, on a goal shooter for the Republic of Ireland, which is something we discussed before, and Frances Duffy coming back on at goal attack. Not unsurprising to see that change. Holly Jenkinson having gone back to goal defence as well. Genevieve Slater has come off.
So Northern Ireland just putting pressure on there and forcing that turnover. Shauna Craig, a more moving shooter, not afraid to come out of the circle.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's created a whole new dynamic, hasn't it, with a moving shooter, and it's fantastic to have those two options, because again, for the defence, it's going to take them a while to get their heads around that change. Yeah, good defence there by Northern Ireland. Again, all sat ball side. Republic of Ireland just needs... Oh, Caroline O'Hanlon. How did she get that high up in the air? Someone check her shoes for Springs. Yeah, great defence there by the Republic of Ireland wing defence. Amelia Cox there at wing defence for the Republic of Ireland. Oh, great defence there. There's just nowhere for them to go at the moment. They just need to make sure Republic of Ireland open up that space. Again, all sitting the same side of the court. Unlucky by Shauna Craig, can't quite it in. Her and Holly Jenkinson managed to hold each other in the court. Good pressure by McGee. Just too strong by Northern Ireland on defence on that through court at the minute. Beautiful shot. Good tracking there by Amelia Cox on Michelle Drain. Yeah, good pressure. Even from the back line there, both Amelia Cox and Holly Jenkinson are on the same side of the court, both driving to the left-hand side of the court, obviously depending on where you're looking at, but on the TV screen moving to the left, and that just keeps, the defence can just stay in that front position. Just need, that's better width. Good job.
And the problem is, if there's only the one offer on the ball, Northern Ireland are filling that middle space, so it's really difficult then to see an option to give off.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what, it's basics on structure, but this competition is great for the Republic of Ireland because it exposes that. Oh, well kept in, Vitona. Hook it in, stone side, good job. Nice hold there by Shauna Craig, but great challenge by Katie Knox. Republic of Ireland yet to score. Good drive by Frances Duffy though.
Committing two defenders, which then opened it out for Fanning.
Lovely. Oh,
Duffy just needing to lift that over. Mel George does the honours.
Such a strong drive by Michelle Drain. Oh, and lovely timing on that drive to post by Shauna Craig, and McGee pulling out to create that space as well. And again, look at that, all of the Northern Ireland defence. Nice. Oh, unlucky. Good shot there by Mel George.
Oh, unlucky. Great quick hands there, Shauna Craig.
Yeah, just Casey Knox read that, didn't she? She's just not quite on the right line to intercept the pass. Oh, good hands, Frances Duffy. She just needs to drive in now. Holding out too long, drive in, draw the players off Mel George, and then or become free yourself. Yeah, good defence.
Yep.
That's better separation between wing defence, goal defence. Yeah, good job, Kira Murphy. Nice quick feed in. She's got to make these ones count. Good job. Ooh. It's just occasionally in that circle they get on top of each other from there. It's just not quite a completely natural movement yet. And we generally say, don't we, that the player behind the player is the one that has to read off the player in front. So when they're getting stuck, it's either because there's a miscommunication on understanding where the front player is going or just not looking. Look at the difference in space when the Northern Ireland bring the ball through in that centre third. They're really allowing their defence to bring it through.
Just not able to convert that one, and yeah, it feels just so much more congested coming the other way through the court. And Rebecca McCullough gets a tip on that. Frances Duffy, we just need her to settle and take those shots. She's probably in a better shooting place than she thinks she is.
Yeah.
But good patience there by Ireland, and rewarded with another score. Brings them to 10. 34 for Northern Ireland.
Yeah, good patience. And it was good of Shauna Craig not to move off that then, because she kept those two defenders. Good wall defence there by Northern Ireland. Oh, well held. That's much better. That was such a nice triangle. Good vision, Frances Duffy, to send it to the side that Mel George was open on. And looking forward from Michelle Drain there, that was really her only option. Republic of Ireland had done a good job on running their players on the inside.
Oh, Amelia Cox unlucky.
Lovely shot. Good strength there by Frances Duffy.
You could see both Fionnuala Toner and Caroline O'Hanlon knowing that that ball was coming, that straight line ball, and both smothering it.
And that's the difference when we said again about that reset, and whoever sent the reset then clearing out. It doesn't have to happen all the time, but if it's always the same person going back for it, it's easy to read.
Nice pass and drive. And good solid shooting by Emma McGee.
Look at that wall at the front.
The two Ireland attackers are starting out quite close to each other, and again, we've talked about this throughout this game, they're not just seeing that width and the need to stretch that Northern Ireland defence to be able to see the space.
Oh, lovely circle entry. Yeah, 100%. And that's where Michelle Drain then was behind Caroline O'Hanlon, so instead of going to the same place she went, she cut back front. It's beautiful, clever play.
Nice pass to Shauna Craig's free side there.
An injury here to Caroline O'Hanlon. So she will be coming off the court.
Lisa McCaffrey comes back on in the wing attack with Michelle Drain moving into centre.
Caroline O'Hanlon looks as though she's going to be getting a bit of input by the physio, so hopefully bit of confusion over to whether the time is it full time? Are we still going? I think the umpires have buzzers on their wrist, so sometimes if that goes wrong, an umpire can think it's time when it's not. But that's okay, we're professional, we have a bench and we'll play on. Oh, lovely ball. Really good backspace there by Mel George, and lovely weighted ball by Frances Duffy. Oh, and great hands as well by Niamh Reynolds. Again, all on the same side. We're just struggling to get this ball through because everybody is together. And it was better through court in the first bit because they moved it quickly. But still, Ciara Murphy wants to come and play in the middle third as well.
And we'll also see Michelle Drain was playing in wing attack there, whereas now whenever she's playing that centre role, you know, she's been playing wing defence a lot in the previous Super League season with Mavericks. So she has a very strong wing defence too. And she'll just create that extra bit of pressure.
Ideally, you just don't have to play against her.
Yeah.
Oh, well picked up Frances Duffy. McCulloch unlucky there. Lovely shot. And this is better, isn't it, from Republic of Ireland now? Good defence. Look at that. All in a box. Forcing that pressure. Oh, just unlucky there.
Great draw there by Emma McGee, forcing Knox to have to commit to that, leaving Shauna Craig wide open under the post.
Ideally in that situation, the back defender would come off and stop that front cut. Otherwise, it just leaves one player open. Clever feed there by Reynolds. A nice swing by Duffy. That was beautiful space and great positioning by Ciara Murphy to open that up. Lovely. And that is time.
That closes out the third quarter. So it is 15 to the Republic of Ireland, 41 to Northern Ireland.
Much, much better quarter for the Republic of Ireland there in terms of the number of goals scored. And I think that's the introduction of Mel George in that holding position, but also they're starting to create space. There's still loads of work that they need to do around that, but I think they'll be a lot more pleased to get those goals on the board. And defensively, I think their structure is looking really sharp now. They are in a beautiful position a lot of times in putting them, all of them ball side, which is forcing Northern Ireland to be non-ball side, and they've turned over quite a lot of ball from that, so yeah, that's lovely.
So yeah, 15 goals to Northern Ireland in that quarter, 9 to the Republic of Ireland. Yeah, just they'll be wanting to keep that scoreline ticking over.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And I think also in the back of their minds, considering they've got England tomorrow, or maybe it's just in the back of my mind as a spectator. England put 73
Yeah.
on the Republic of Ireland. Now, Republic of Ireland are playing better. They've improved every game, but also, you know, Northern Ireland are going to want to really push on now to make a dent in that, so that they can sort of go into the next game going, okay, so they have improved, but still, that this is a really good scoreline that we put on them as well. I still think that Northern Ireland can play better than they are playing at the moment. I think there's a couple of errors creeping in, and just on vision a lot of the time, and vision of where each other are. Sometimes they're on top of each other in the attack. I think they just need to tweak that a little bit. And sometimes it's really hard, isn't it? Because you get drawn into that sort of tunnel vision because you're under pressure. But it's interesting to see two shooters now warming up, and I'm assuming two younger shooters.
This is Ciara Crosby coming on in goal shooter. Ciara was away at the Netball World Cup. And Frances Keenan coming on as goal attack. So Frances will also be featuring next weekend at the Under-21 Europeans. So again, another chance to get that exposure, and it'll be Frances' first cap at senior level as well.
Well, that's wonderful, and it's good to see coaches as well exposing young players and not necessarily pushing out stuff just to run it out to the end of the game, because ultimately this is where they get their exposure. So it's great to see that these young players will be coming onto the court, and also considering they're going to have to target tomorrow's game, because tomorrow is a big game for Northern Ireland. Also possibly a clever decision to rest some of the players, because if Northern Ireland beat England tomorrow, and if they've obviously win the rest of this game after last game, I'm not going to call anything just in case, then they could potentially take the silver medal position. It's literally all to play for.
Yeah, and it makes this really exciting that it's all coming down to our two games tomorrow, which you can join us for, and it is at 10 o'clock. Wales will be taking on the Republic of Ireland, and at 12 o'clock Northern Ireland will be playing England, followed by the closing ceremony and presentation when we will crown our senior European champions. So the changes on the Northern Ireland team: we have goalkeeper Rebecca McCulloch, Michelle McGee in goal defence, Niamh Cooper comes back on wing defence, Michelle Drain stays in centre, Lisa McCaffrey stays in wing attack, Frances Keenan in goal attack, and Ciara Crosby in goal shooter.
We see Genevieve Slater coming back on for the Republic of Ireland as well.
So yeah, Dan Ryan will be looking for that width.
Oh, that was unlucky. Better space for the Republic of Ireland. Just need to keep that now.
Good hands there, Rebecca McCulloch. Coops on the pickup.
And again, just a little bit frantic on the final ball in. Just need to take the pace off the ball a little bit, maybe even just going into the end third, I think. Yeah, good strength there. Oh, unlucky. Offside. Nice drive through court by Niamh Reynolds, but great defence by McGee. Gives the umpire a cuddle and carries on. Just need to get some depth. Again, credit to Northern Ireland defence, just keeping them non-ball side.
Oh, and Fanning just unable to hold on to that.
Nice drive out. Great roll, Katie Knox around the player then. The lovely goal line drive.
Ciara Crosby somehow comes up with it and puts it away.
Possibly a bit more settled once that one's gone in. Again, both wing attack and centre playing in the centre third then as the ball's coming through. They just need to create space. It was clever play by Niamh Cooper then as well, because Trish Fanning was the side to open up the goal shooter. Niamh Cooper just snuck round, and I don't think Trish Fanning even noticed.
Yep.
Nice front cut. Lovely pocket and well weighted. Look at that. That's experience, isn't it? She could have forced the ball into the goal shoot, but saw the goal attack entry and just waited. Well held.
Mel George just unable to pull that in, giving possession back to Northern Ireland.
Yeah, nice drive. It's just like those basic skills which are really nice. Lisa McCaffrey turning her hips to run on that, which stopped Niamh Reynolds from getting anywhere near it. Oh, good tip, Genevieve Slater.
Oh, well held, Frances Duffy.
Again, look at centre wing attack. They are working their socks off to work this ball down. Early caution there against Frances Keenan.
Yes.
Oh. Unlucky McCulloch, what a beautiful roll. Nice placement of the ball there by Niamh Reynolds. Great shot, Mel George. Good job. Oh, beautiful.
Lovely Lincoln play there between Ciara Crosby and Michelle Drain.
Nice pocket. See, that was a lovely drive as well by Frances Duffy. I think Trish Fanning was just offside there.
A wee cheeky laugh afterwards. She thought she'd maybe got away with it. Lovely drive through the court, Niamh Cooper.
She's been great with that. Like, it makes a real difference when you have defenders that will drive through the court like that and just bring the ball through. Oh, unlucky. Amelia Cox can't quite pull that in. Lovely. Oh, great defence, Republic of Ireland.
Yeah. Katie Cox has had a really good game. You know, she's trying to anticipate where that next ball's going, and she's been cutting out an awful lot of the options maybe that Northern Ireland have.
Yeah, one we didn't see, a player we didn't see yesterday, so it's good to see her on the court today. She's good at moving her feet round. Got a really good hold. Oh, an illegal hold. I was just about to say she held her space really well then, but not deemed to be within the rules. Good patience there to reset. Much more space. Good job, Republic of Ireland. strong drive by Frances Duffy. Great defence by Cooper. Doesn't drop for Mel George, so Northern Ireland will look to take this through. The trademark strong drive. Good smart play there. Could have sent it over to Michelle Drain. Opted to open up the other side of the circle instead. Clever play by the youngster. This is just where they need to change the angle of the drive. Quite a flat drive, sideways across the court by Niamh Reynolds. She needs to get an angle on that. We say a lot of the time, don't we, about running on diagonal lines, ball travelling on straight lines. It just makes it harder to intercept. Good pocket by Trish Fanning. Nice pass there in by Niamh Reynolds. Great take by Mel George. And you were talking yesterday as well about those splits, and Kira Crosby is very clever. She's splitting all the time to make sure the defender is behind her, so she closes the defender off rather than splitting open to her, or as you call turning it into the player, she turns away from the player. Great technical skills for a youngster. Now George down the other end, sinking another one for the Republic of Ireland.
And Michelle Drain just creating that space. Lovely drive.
Beautiful shot. Good job, Frances Keenan.
Oh, just not over the line.
Oh, well read, Genevieve Slater. Oh, unlucky. Nice backspace.
Lisa McCaffrey really commits the defender onto that front space and then has a really good change of direction.
Lovely shot. We were talking about shooting actions before, weren't we? And the whole of her body is still, the arm sinks quite low, but it comes up so beautifully high. So change for Republic of Ireland. Niamh Reynolds, the captain, takes to the bench.
We'll confirm who the substitution with you. And it is Ciara Murphy has come on at centre.
Great challenge there by Amelia Cox. Northern Ireland forced to swing.
Good pressure by Ireland in defence. But great patience to find the ball, find Ciara Crosby there.
Yeah, and starting to have to pass those balls with, only a couple of inches, if that gap, which is showing great pressure from Republic of Ireland. Unlucky. I think that was offside there by
Ciara Murphy.
Yeah.
And that's part of the job that Michelle Drain's doing. She's not letting her get that the line of path that she wants.
Good challenge there by Ciara Knox. Cheeky introduction to senior netball for Cara Crosby. Nice ball, great drive. Lovely. Fake the shot, pop it over. Really good shooting combination, these two. Crosby and Keenan proving their place. Lovely depth on second phase, and look at that, not
Two
just one
options.
offer, but two, yeah. It's like a coach's dream.
But it's both, it's everyone really committing to their job by really driving strong and opening up that space.
Just need to go with two hands knocks, pull that in. But Crosby says, no, it's mine, thank you very much. Kara Murphy and Trish Fanning setting up really close to each other at the moment. Oh, another offside. Great link and opening up space there by Lisa McCaffrey. So we don't always want our wing attack deep, but when the whole of the other side of the court is open, she did a great job there of linking and driving towards the ball line.
Nice rotation there. Crosby just clearing out of the front space, letting Keenan come through and then popping in for that under the post.
Contact called against the shooter there. We'll give the Republic of Ireland another chance to take this through to a goal. Good strength by Frances Duffy. Better feed. Oh! Just wanted to go with two hands, pull it in, hold your core.
Strong tape by Cooper on the line there.
Oh, well pressured by Knox. She read that well. She knew Michelle Drone was in that pocket. They don't have too long. Can they get one more on the board? All together.
So 20 seconds remaining in this final quarter. And have Ireland a chance for one more goal?
10 seconds left. I'm sure they've done training on this. What do you do when you've got the ball with 10 seconds left? Nice feed.
Ciara Crosby to shoot.
Oh, unlucky.
And so the score finishes 53 to Northern Ireland, 19 to the Republic of Ireland. And a good contest for both teams. Northern Ireland happy enough with the win, I'm sure. Republic of Ireland, all to do tomorrow against Wales.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's nice to see that Northern Ireland got some of their youngsters on. And I think, you know, that was actually quite a good defensive quarter for them, considering they had youngsters at the back. So that was really nice. And Republic of Ireland, an improved performance on yesterday. I think they just need to again go back and tweak, especially their spacing. If I was their coach, Joan, now, I'd be looking at their spacing on their through court and trying to get this cluster out the middle third. But you know what? It was improved performance on yesterday. So fantastic. So results so far from today. Fantastic first game, wasn't it, against Wales versus England?
Yeah, finishing 51 apiece to for both teams. So and then just finishing up there, 53 to Northern Ireland, 19 to the Republic of Ireland.
Yesterday saw England take on the Republic of Ireland and they won 73-16. And it also saw Wales take on Northern Ireland, where Wales came out 51-44.
So Two exciting games tomorrow then. Wales play the Republic of Ireland at 10 o'clock and Northern Ireland play against England at 12 o'clock. We really hope you can join us for those two cracking games. So I want to say a big thank you to Natalie and the commentary box today for both games. Big thank you to Netball Europe, to Antrim Forum for hosting us here today, for QTV and all the volunteers over the weekend and behind the scenes who have helped make this event happen, to all our event sponsors, and also for you at home for watching this game. Hope you've enjoyed it, and we hope to see you back again tomorrow.